really love about them is they're all about creating equity in our society. And I'm all for that also. I run a for-profit business, but if I'm not making a social impact in what I do, I usually don't take that project. And one of the projects that I'm really passionate about is making sure VetForce becomes a success in DC, because we have a huge need for US citizens that can get a clearance and like work with federal agencies, and also be government contractors and work with the government. And we are unable to fill that skill gap at this point. That's why like the need for you guys to skill up is right now. There's no better time than now. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to what the SalesForce software does. So how many of you own a business already? Right. I know we had some donation, management interest there. Someone wanting to start a embroidery firm. I think the two of you should collaborate because you guys have similar interests. And what the product does is, let's say like you want to get your customer access to email list of like-minded customers who are interested in embroidery and textiles and custom designed shirts. So what SalesForce Marketing Cloud provides, so there are 5 different core products: Marketing Cloud, Sales Cloud, Community Cloud, Service Cloud, and Integration Cloud. And I'll go through them one at a time. So the Marketing Cloud, you can pick your audience, so you gather your email list. Hopefully it's a list of people who know you and that you're okay sending emails to, because there's various laws around that too. You can't just spam people. SalesForce will block you if you do. So you gather your email list, you send them the first email, and guess what? If they've read your email, SalesForce's analytics give you that they give you the analytics on what did they do with the email, how long did they spend, what links did they click on. And based on that, 2 days later, you can send them another custom email based on what they opened, right? And then 2 days later, if they sign up for SMS text message alerts, that's built in too. So you can build this customer journey without being a programmer by dragging and dropping these components and configuring them. So this is huge in the commercial side. And even government right now, DC, if your parking meter is broken, you can actually use your SalesForce mobile app to report a broken parking meter. Like that's how advanced government's getting. Like they're also using CRM. The other product is Sales Cloud. Sales Cloud, you learn how to track the different stages of your deal. So now the customer has gone through this journey and they're interested in buying your embroidery, your custom t-shirts. So now you're trying to negotiate, okay, what's the volume? How much t-shirts do they want to order? You are negotiating a price, and then all the way till you get to the close stage of your customer's journey. And once you close, you can ship out the order, right? So all of that is built in Marketing Cloud, Sales Cloud. It just works hand in hand with each other. Then now they are already a customer, but now they want to make a change to their order. What SalesForce provides is what they call Service Cloud. So you can go in, find your order. It's like self-service. Go in, find your order, and say, hey, I want to make a change to my order. And you have support agents, service agents who can take in that request and route it to the right team, the tier 1 or tier 2 team, to take care of that change in your order. So that's Service Cloud. It has a built-in case management, live agent chat, the whole shebang.
Are most of your customers companies selling products or services?
Both. So it's used for a service-based business where let's say you are like Michael's a transformational coach. Let's say your business is all about helping the small business owner elevate their mindset so they can take risks, boldly take risks. So you can package that service, say, hey, here's a program for a 1-year program for business consulting, and you can sell that as an offering. You don't have to sell a physical product. So even services can be sold through SalesForce. That's a great question. And since we have nonprofits, I want to let you know that nonprofits also have people run their donations, their pledges through SalesForce. Just like a sales cycle, there's a pledge process, pledge cycle, from pledge to donation and breaking the donation into little payments. All that can be done through SalesForce. So even, I don't know if you guys have Blue Cross Blue Shield. So when you go in there and search, put your claim ID and search for your claim and the status, all of that is done through SalesForce's Service Cloud and Community Cloud together. So they've been in business since 1999. So that's when they went public in 2001. So it took them 2 years to get the investors to make it the monster it is today. So the GoDaddy web page is just your front to the exterior of your house, right? Of your business. Right. What Salesforce does is whatever comes through your web page, let's say a lead comes in, it gives you the tools to understand who this person is before they even knock on your door. So you know who they are, you know how to communicate with them, you know if they've already ordered something from you before, right? So it gives you that one-to-one relationship with your customers that are knocking on your GoDaddy website. Once you learn enough of Salesforce, there's so many jobs out there that you can become an independent consultant. And you will make a lot more money going that self-employed independent route than working with somebody else. But when you work with somebody else, you do learn the ropes. You learn about, they have a lot of budget to send you to trainings, to fly you to San Francisco. That's how I got into this space. I first worked for somebody else, learned the ropes, and I realized that I was limiting myself by staying there at that company. So I moved on and founded Clarity Cloud, and I'm also an adjunct faculty member at Montgomery College teaching Salesforce. So this is something I'm really passionate about, like giving back to this ohana, we call it. This is our family. Like when you join the Salesforce ecosystem, you're joining a wolf pack. Like we make sure like everybody, no one's left behind. Like Jenn will tell you how she transitioned from boots to shoes. It's all the community, and when you go to these events, you meet mentors. I met my mentor by going to one of these events.
So I'm here today to talk about the SalesForce VetForce Ohana. I spent about 5 years figuring out what I really wanted to do with my life. And lots of help, lots of suggestions, lots of veterans programs. But I got lucky and someone introduced me to SalesForce at the job I had. I'm good with tech, so it was kind of fun, but it was like, oh well, it's just another software system. And then I learned about the training, which is free. SalesForce provides all their training online for free. You don't need to do anything but log in. So that was the number one thing. And I'm like, hey, this is fun. People will pay me to do this, pay me a lot of money to do this. Wow. And then the real big thing came is I found out about the VetForce program. What is VetForce? We call it Ohanas in Salesforce. We have support groups for communities that tend to lack equity. There's the Bold Force for the African American community, and Women in Tech for women. They have several different communities that help bring equity into the lives of people who've struggled in some way with that. So they do what they can to support that, and so the first part of VetForce is a training program. They utilize what's already free, which is the Trailhead system, which is online. If you've got a computer and an internet, you can do this training. It's completely free. And then this is what they supplement. They pay for you to go to all sorts of training. They pay for you to go to the in-person certification classes, which run between $3,000 and $6,000 each. They pay for you to take your certification exams, which are $200 each. They make accommodations if you're looking for a job and really want to get involved. Last year, they flew me to San Francisco to attend a 2-day conference and a 3-day training boot camp. Flight, hotel room, conference fees. All of that, SalesForce pays for it. The best thing, that's it. They pay for it. If you don't do anything with SalesForce after they paid for that, giving you all your free training, it's there. So you have that training, but you owe them nothing. So if I had walked away and done something else, that they have no problem with that. SalesForce, yes, is a for-profit company headquartered in San Francisco. They are the leading CRM for the world, well ahead of Oracle, which is the second closest one. So.
Well, that's a question that Patty has.
I guess my question is, but the hope is that you will be employed or you can use the certification, or that you might
yes, that
bring
is
it
what
into your business, or yeah, is that
absolutely. SalesForce believes in empowerment and abundance, and they want to do everything they can to help you succeed, because they believe when SalesForce users succeed, and that's something that's often confused. I don't work for SalesForce. I work for Population Services International, and I do IT administration of their SalesForce software. So it's basically, think of it as a software package, not as a lot of people, when I say I'm SalesForce admin, think I work for SalesForce. So, but really, it's like I'm a Microsoft Excel expert or something. My title just happens to include the company name. So the first part of VetForce is training. The second part of VetForce is a community that supports you, and it starts with an online community. We have our own SalesForce instance for VetForce, where we log in and we can connect with everyone who's involved. VetForce includes all U.S. military veterans and military spouses, as well as the same groups in the United Kingdom and in Australia. So they really believe in supporting veterans and the military spouses get what they need. And absolutely, I love the program actually more for the military spouses, because one of the great things about SalesForce administration, development, any of those things, it can be done remotely from anywhere, which means the job is portable and you don't lose it every time your spouse PCSs. So we start with our own SalesForce instance, which is veterans.force.com. Logins are free. Join the community. Start talking to people. If SalesForce really lights you up, they will give you a path to certification that involves doing the trailhead, taking classes, getting your certification, as well as getting support from that community within that. And now, as we continue to grow out, so this photo is of our group of, they had 50 veterans attend the Dreamforce conference in September, which is their huge annual event. They have about 20,000 people show up in San Francisco to talk all things SalesForce, have things like Metallica headline and play for a free concert. Absolutely amazing events that they provide. And now we're starting to grow out an in-person community where there are large SalesForce presences, like here in Washington, D.C., where there's both a huge ecosystem for SalesForce, both in the for-profit and nonprofit world, as well as a large population of military and military spouse who are looking for opportunities.